Hey, what's going on, guys? We are live again with another video. I haven't been live for a while as I've been really busy with work this week. As the holidays are just around the corner, work has been kicking my ass right, left, and center. But we're back with another video. And today I did watch the game while I was at work, which I don't recommend you doing. And hopefully my manager doesn't find out about it. But Gabriel Jesus has risen before Christmas Day on a 10 out of 10 night at home at the Emirates as Arsenal beat Crystal Palace 3-2 at home in the EFL quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup. Gabriel Jesus scores a hat trick and suddenly he redeems his poor form earlier on in the league with so many missed chances. One versus one opportunities with the keeper. He's missed the back of the net, and I think it's a memorable night for the Brazilian. He's also him and his wife are expecting a second child, and he celebrated one of his goals in celebration of expecting another child on the way. Um, we are going to get into the game, and I do have the guest joining me on the stream today. We're going to be giving you a breakdown of the performance and how we felt about the lineup. There were some changes in the lineup today. We didn't expect a full Arsenal strong 11 to start with, but Crystal Palace, on the other hand, did go with the strong 11. Before we get further into this video, please like the video if you haven't already. Subscribe to my channel if you're new. Check out my other videos first. I went live for the game on the weekend against Everton, the Toffees. Yeah, we drew to the Toffees, but hopefully we get them in the reverse fixture at Goodison Park. I'll cue the intro now and we'll get straight into the video. Hi, Charlie. Thank you for joining me today. Charlie, you're always on here, win, lose, or draw. You've been on several of my match reviews, and you're one of the fans that keeps a balanced approach in their analysis of football, whether it be Arsenal, whether it be Stevenage, or whether it be the local club next door. Charlie, well, what a night to remember for Gabriel Jesus, and probably you could say in the first half of this game, a night to forget for Jakob Kiwior. I think one of his mistakes to give Palace an early goal in this game. Palace score within 3 minutes of this game, and it's looking bleak for Arsenal. Even though I do think we didn't necessarily score in the first half, and Mateta scores in the 4th minute. Sorry, but in the first half, we had several chances, and it's just a classic case of Arsenal struggling to take their chances and put the ball on the back of the net. Last season, we were emptying out stadiums in the league. West Ham Stadium, we made it look like the London Stadium had a fire drill. And this season, in the league and in the cup so far, it seems like we've been struggling to get high-scoring goals. Tonight was getting rid of that narrative, and Arsenal, Gabriel Jesus, rises to the occasion before Christmas, gets a hat trick under his belt. Wow. Was Gabriel Jesus a player we all said he's finished, he should be sold? Some people may still stand by that, saying this could be just a one-off game. But for me, tonight's performance, Charlie, before we get into the player ratings, I'm going to say it off the bat. He's definitely one of my 3 Arsenal stars tonight and my man of the match tonight.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Charlie, first and foremost, the lineup came out and I texted you right away. I said, why did we go weak? And I know we are playing a rotated team because we have tough Premier League fixtures coming up. We also have to play Palace away at Selhurst Park on the weekend. However, as you saw the Palace lineup, they went full strength, all guns blazing, while we rested our solid defenders in the lineup today. Charlie, first and foremost, what did you think of the Arsenal lineup? Were you happy with it? Of course, Tierney gets to start and Raheem Sterling gets to start today. Jorginho in midfield, and the back defensive line of Gabriel and Saliba. Their partnership is also rested today. We knew Rice was not going to be available, as Arteta said he was dealing with an injury. So, Charlie, what did you make of the Arsenal lineup? Were you happy with it, or did you have some questions around the lineup?
My thoughts on the lineup, yeah, I was happy to see Jesus starting. I feel like it was a game to give him some confidence. Sterling, I said it last night. I said I wanted him to start. I wanted Tierney to get a start as well. So I was happy with I was happy with most of the lineup, apart from maybe the two centre backs. I'd have liked either one of Saliba or Gabriel to
Yeah.
start. So I was surprised to see both of them not playing. That was the only real thing that I had, and maybe one of the other midfielders I'd have started. But yeah, apart from that, I wasn't too thingy with the lineup. Partey at right back surprised me. I wouldn't have done that, but yeah, I'd have started Timber at right back and maybe Saliba instead of one of the others. But apart from that, I was fairly happy, but I was very surprised to see there was no centre backs. To be honest, like none of our best centre backs were playing. I was surprised
No, do you
by
think
that.
it was a bit of a risk resting all of our strong center backs? I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
I think it
Timber
was.
is a strong player and he could have played right back, just like you said. I'm surprised Arteta has been constantly sticking to this Thomas Partey at right back. We did see it against Everton when he came on. We thought he was going to come on to replace either Rice or Odegaard, and instead Arteta puts him in right back position also against the game with Everton. But I don't think it worked out in that game. And even today, I don't think he necessarily had a great game. I think he was just average for me, if I'm going to be honest.
Yeah.
I think in the first half, he was everywhere he needed to be, but playing him in right back, I don't think it's working out for us. And I think that idea needs to come to an end. And you did see that he was replaced by Saliba, I believe, after as a sub later on in the game. We're gonna go through. So as we saw, Palace went in for a strong lineup, and it's Eddie
They did.
Nketiah's second goal for Crystal
Uh,
Palace. Of course, it bloody has to be against Arsenal.
yeah,
You couldn't write this up
no,
in the
you
start.
couldn't write it.
Um.
I actually was recording and I posted on my TikTok and it's blowing up. I was like, I
Oh
was saying, come
wow!
on, I was saying, come on, Arsenal, this and that, and then he puts the ball
And
in and I
Nketiah
started,
puts it in the
yeah,
back
no,
of the net. Hi
started,
Wilson. Hi Dylan.
I started swearing, and then I said, of course, it's Eddie Nketiah, man. Like I knew he
Yeah,
was going to score
typical,
tonight.
right? I
Who would
flex
have thought
big up.
Eddie Nketiah would score and Gabriel Jesus would score a hat
That would
trick?
have been
Oh,
an easy bet, Charlie. You would have won easy money there.
yeah, Eddie Nketiah is going to score on Saturday as
Malia's
well.
going
Probably.
straight into it. Her 3 Arsenal stars. So, Charlie, without further ado, shall we go into the player ratings? And we'll start with David Raya. For me, David Raya, I don't think he had much work to do. For the first goal
No.
from the first goal in the 4th minute from Jean-Philippe Matata, I don't think Raya could have done much. Okay, he tried to save that goal, but it didn't really work because of
It was
Kivior's
a good
crap
finish.
defending. And yes, Kivior is at fault for the goal. There's no sugarcoating about this. It was horrendous by Kivior. He got beat more than once in this game. And for me tonight, it is a match to forget for Jakob Kivior. Charlie, I'm going to give Raya a 6.5 out of 10.
Yeah, he can have a 6.
I
He
think
made
it
one.
was just an average performance for me.
Yeah, the goal he couldn't have saved.
Yeah.
He made one decent stop, but apart from that, he didn't have a lot to do. See, I'll give him a 6. I'll give him a 6. Yeah, I'll give him a 6.
Tierney for me gets a 7 out of 10. For someone who didn't have a lot of minutes under his belt, he did all right when he came on today. But you can see that because he hasn't played in a while, he was cramping up, and in the end, he did tell Arteta he needs to be subbed off, and he was subbed off for Lewis Skelly. For me, I'll give him a 7 out of 10. I think he did all right for someone who didn't have many starts under his belt competitively or game time. He didn't look out of place. He looked like he belonged in this team. We are going to mention later on in this stream, Ornstein highlights that there could be a loan move for Kieran Tierney at the end of the season to Celtic. It was just mentioned tonight after the game. In the game where some of our center backs and defensive line was poor, I think Tierney was one of the better apples in the bunch today. And I do think he looked composed for someone who didn't play in a while. So for me, I'll give him a 7 out of 10. And I do understand that's being a little bit too generous, but I like Tierney a lot. I think he was a great servant to this club whenever he was available and called upon. But it's just a shame he's so injury prone, and today you can see that he may have cramped up or sustained another injury.
We've got a couple of players that are like that. Look, for me, I actually thought Tierney wasn't too bad. He put in some. He should have had an assist. He should have had an assist. I thought there were times during the game where he got forward well and put in some good crosses. I don't think he was that bad tonight. I'll give him 6.5 or 7. I thought he did all right tonight. I mean, it was his first start for a while, so I didn't think he did too bad. And he should have had an assist if Sterling wouldn't have missed 2 big chances. One of them he should be scoring, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I thought Tierney was all right, to be honest. The first half was awful from Arsenal and the second half was good from Arsenal. That's all there is to say.
I think Wilson mentioned earlier it was a game of 2 halves, definitely.
Absolutely.
We've said this a lot this season that, you know, some of the Arsenal performances have definitely been a game of 2 halves. Sterling was so unlucky to not score in this game, Charlie. Hi, Rosie. Thank you for joining. I didn't expect to go live, so I appreciate everyone who's tuned in. This was unplanned. As you can see, I normally have my graphics ready. I normally have a thumbnail ready, tags, and all that jazz. But today, I just thought I'd go live as I wanted to talk about this performance. And I wanted to talk about the game. And thanks a lot to Charlie for joining me. Sorry, Charlie, I don't know if I interrupted you or if you finished your training.
No, you didn't. I was just saying the overall thoughts on the game. Yeah, I wanted to get this off my chest. First half was absolutely atrocious. Started dreadfully. Yeah. We had so much possession. We didn't create anything at all. It was so slow first half. The way we were moving the ball, it was so slow. Yeah, it was so easy for Palace. I thought first half we were very poor. But second half, we upped the intensity and we played a lot better second half.
Yes,
you know
definitely.
what I mean? So that's all it is with Arsenal.
I don't know what Arteta says to them in the dressing room, but in the second half, it definitely worked, and they came out all guns blazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
And finally converting the chances we had, chance after chance after chance, you know, taking the opportunities and improving the finishing in the final third. That's something we've been dreading this season to do. Big up, Bobby. Thank you for joining, my fellow Torontonian. Hope you're well, Bobby. It's been a while since I've been on shared a platform with you. But thank you for joining the chat. Moving on to Yuri and Timber. Timber on the back line for me looked really composed. I didn't really see much of him in terms of defensively. I think sometimes at wide he did have to come help Saliba out. But for me, he'll get a 6.5 out of 10. I think Timber just had an average performance. And he's been a great player this season. I just hope he doesn't get injured because, man, with Ben White out, Timber has been really stepping it up, and he's a versatile player as well in the league I'm talking about. I hope Arsenal continue in this EFL Cup. The draw will be tomorrow, which I will be covering hopefully live or do a review of the draw. Charlie, what did you make of Timbers today? And then we'll go on to Kiwior because I think some more stuff will have to be said about Kiwior performance today.
First half, every time the ball got near one of our centre backs, I was nervous because every single time I was saying it out loud. Here we go again, because they were doing long balls and they were winning it, and we looked very shaky with the long balls in the first half. But that was more because of Kiwior, you know what I mean? But I actually thought, I thought Timber did all right. I thought when he went, didn't he go to right back eventually? I think he did.
Yes, he did move to right back eventually.
Yeah, we looked so much better as soon as he went there.
Yes.
So I'll give him a 6.5.
Arteta tends to do that in games. Like I just mentioned earlier, the example with Partey, he'll move him from midfield to right back, or when he's subbed on off the bench, if Partey was benched, he'd move him to right back. Arteta tends to change the gameplay while we're in play or while we're in possession. And Timber did move to right back later on in this game.
Yeah, I thought he was all right. I thought Timber was okay.
Hi, Joe. Thanks for joining.
You know what I mean? I think he did all right. So
big up, Rich.
Yeah, 6.5.
6.5 as well. Yeah.
Any long ball in the first half was worrying me because that was
because it's like they could easily score from it.
That was schoolboy defending. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh well,
People
we'll talk about that now.
people
I
call
don't
us
know how
Stoke.
many times I need to say this, but Jacob
People call us
Kivior,
Stoke City, Mel.
that
People
was
call us,
horrendous
yeah,
defending from Kivior today.
it
And
was.
I think Kivior, this is definitely a night to forget for Jacob Kivior. He's costed Arsenal at least 3 or 4 goals this season with so avoidable mistakes. I know recently he was linked to Napoli, and it looks like Napoli needs to come calling sooner because I'll drive him there. Today, the mistake that Kivior made gave me PTSD of Mustafi. And he didn't help his reputation.
Oh.
Really, really unforgivable defending for Matata's opener. You're getting bullied to the ball by the striker, and you're getting outplayed by him. Really poor. It's not the first time in this game where Kiwior got outplayed by Matata. I think this was definitely a game for him to forget. Um, and for me, Kiwior was the worst player on the pitch today. And for me, he gets a 2 out of 10. And I think that's being really, really generous because I would give a 0 if I could.
Oh,
Charlie,
well, look,
take it
for
away.
me, yeah, people call us Stoke City, yeah. Oh, Set Piece FC, Stoke. People calling us the new Stoke, aren't they, Mel? I see
Yeah.
that all the time.
Oh, open play goals, 3 of them,
Stoke
mind you, today.
City. No, I'm just saying, Stoke City, yeah, prime Stoke City in the Premier League would have eaten up that ball. They had Ryan Shawcross. He'd have come. He would not have been bullied like Kivior did. Do you know what I mean? So Kivior for me, dreadful defending for the first goal.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
one long ball, schoolboy defending. EFL defenders could have done better. That's being honest. Stevenage defender could have done better. At least he would have come and he'd have headed it away. But Kivior, no, got bullied. I'll give him a 4. I'll give him a 4.
Yeah, and that's saying
that
something.
dreadful error for the goal.
EFL defenders can do better. That speaks volumes. But Charlie, wow, you're giving him a 4. I mean, it's unbiased ratings here. For me, he gets a 2 out of 10. He was really the worst player.
I'm going to give him a 3.5 for that mistake. No, I'll give him a 4. I'll give him a 4.
Big up, Jordan. Next player we have is we're going now to midfield / right back. Partey. Partey came on as everywhere in the first half, but Arteta then, I think Arteta moving him to right back, I don't think this is sufficient. It's not working out, and as Joe mentions, it needs to end. In some games, I understand where Partey plays right back. He steps up, like the game against Southampton. But come on, guys, it's Southampton. Like, we need to really, really be careful of the lineups we're picking. We now have some tough games coming up. And I just think Partey is so much better in his original position in midfield. For me, Partey today gets 5 out of 10. I don't really think it was one of his best performances. He didn't really offer anything going forward or mesmerizing to the game today. I don't really think he put too much effort in the game today. And for me, it was just a below average performance, if not an average performance.
Thomas Partey. I mean, I'll give him a 5.5. I don't know really what to say about Partey. I don't think he was awful, but I don't think he was great. So I'll give him a 5.5 or a 6, to be honest. I ain't sure what to give him. I know it ain't. It's not.
I think, Charlie, do you think that Arteta is trying to prove a point with Mikel Merino that we're struggling to have Partey back in a DM position in the midfield? It seems like he's trying to do this midfield of Rice, Odegaard, and Merino, which we saw against Everton, and I don't think that worked out against Everton.
No, it didn't work out.
Yeah,
because I didn't watch it because I was at the Stevenage game, but looking at the highlights back.
Oh man, you saw the stats and you kept asking me, Mel, do we look like scoring? Mel, are we doing anything? And I said, Charlie,
everyone in the stadium was happy, yeah. And at full time, I just had head in my hands because I knew that I dropped points.
It's an Everton, man. Flix wrote a really nice message to us. I'm just gonna address this. Flix, when I first started YouTube, I was really, really shy also. And I didn't even put my camera on half the time, or I was in my pajamas. But you gotta just own your own channel and own it. Whoever's gonna support you is gonna support you for being yourself. and for being genuine. Not like other channels that pretend to rage and outcry just when the camera's on and change their opinion every day, like changing underwear. So I'm just gonna leave it at that, Flix. If you're yourself, if you're genuine, people are gonna like you and people are gonna support you for being yourself and for being true to yourself, for talking your own views and not quoting what other people say on YouTube. And I'm talking about people on football YouTube. And if the shoe fits, then I'm talking about you. So that's all I have to say about that, Flix. There's other people that do certain weird things, and I'm grateful to not be one of them and to have my head screwed on. Thanks, Rosie. Now we're moving on to Ethan Nwaneri. Ethan Nwaneri, I think I'll give him a 6 out of 10. I don't really think he had much in this game, and he was taken off at halftime. I don't think this was really a game for him, and I think Palace kind of didn't really do much against Palace today. For me, I'm just gonna give him a 6 out of 10. You can't really say much for Ethan Nwaneri. I'm happy for him to get more game time and minutes under his belt. And I hope to see more of him and Myles Lewis-Skelly. But I think it's obvious there's another level he needs to unlock to be consistently playing. And against a proper team today like Palace, I don't think it was one of his best performances. And I don't think he had a great performance. So we just have to be real and honest with ourselves. Against big teams, against a team that's, respect to Palace, I don't think he's on the pedestal that we're trying to put him at. But I do think he has a bright future ahead, but he's going to need time to develop into that. So for me, he just gets a 6 out of 10, an average performance for me. Hi, KJ. Hi, James. Big up, everyone. Hi, Zanzi Barbarian.
Hope you're doing well. Is my audio all right?
Yeah, Charlie, I can hear you fine. I'm probably talking over you, so I'll go on mute.
Oh, no. It's because I went onto the YouTube. I went onto the YouTube stream to leave a like, and it played it out. So sometimes the audio cuts out. Are you talking about Ethan Nwaneri?
Yes, I was talking about Ethan Nwaneri. I was saying, sometimes our fan base, we hype up players saying
too much pressure on the guy. He's 17.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Too much pressure. Yeah. If we're relying on a 17-year-old to come on the pitch and do something for us, and we're going for titles, then look, if he's old enough and he's good enough, then that's brilliant. But I'm just saying, look, we can hype him up, and he's a brilliant player. Yeah, we see it. Sometimes he comes on, he makes an impact, but I'm not putting too much pressure on the guy. But look, if he comes on and makes an impact, and if he's a world beater every week, then brilliant. You know what I mean? Then yeah. But
no, the thing is, he's a kid. He's 17 years old. You can't expect so much from him.
No,
and I think today people always said, "Oh, we should give him more game time." But there's a time and place in each game. I think it's different how other teams set up. Palace today were organized. They had a game plan in effect, and we saw it transpire on the pitch against us. I think in the first half, they were the better team in most of the first half.
He didn't really have an impact on the game, but no one did it. Everyone in the first half was below par. You know what I mean? We had 3 shots the whole of the first half.
Yeah.
It was as slow as a snail in the first half, honestly. So slow. Like Palace probably created the better chances.
Well, they kept moving. It was so easy for them to cut through and make direct passes because we weren't doing anything. It almost felt like we had lampposts in the first half.
Yeah. But no, I'll give him a 5 or 5.5. He didn't really do too much today, but it wasn't that he was awful. Yeah. He wasn't awful, but he just didn't have an impact on the game. Like many of them did in the first half. None of them did, really.
I agree. Jorginho, of course, Jorginho started this game. The thing I like about Jorginho, and some of my friends who support Chelsea, they mentioned this when we signed him, is Jorginho's not going to be the guy to offer you pace and power, but he's the type of guy to offer you ball control in midfield, which is what Arsenal needs sometimes, especially when we're already 1-0 down, which we were to Palace until Gabriel Jesus gets the first goal on the score sheet. By the way, when we talk about Gabriel Jesus and the man of the match performance, there was no VAR in this game tonight, and there's no VAR in this competition, I believe. But Charlie, the third goal that Gabriel Jesus scored, I think it was a clear offside, but because there's no VAR,
third one, is it? I thought the
Sorry,
second
the
one.
second one. Yeah, the
Yeah, the
second one.
second one did look. It looked like
It
he might
looked
be
really
off.
offside, but because there's no VAR, we're just accepting it. But
Yeah,
in my analysis, because this is like an unbiased show, I'm saying I do agree it looked really offside. So that's just my opinion.
yeah,
But
yeah.
hey, I'm not complaining. There's no VAR. We're taking the goal and we're taking this Gabriel
No,
Jesus hat trick.
I'll take it, but I feel for Palace as well. You know what I mean? Because if that was us, all our
Hard done
fan,
by, yeah.
all our fan base and social media be going mad. Oh,
No,
the refs are against us. Oh, the whole world's against us. All
yeah,
this
you're
and
right.
that.
That's a good point.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
So I think
But
the next player I have is Jorginho. Jorginho, for me, I did mention, today he added control to Arsenal's midfield as expected when called
he was
upon.
right.
I think he was all right today, Charlie. For me, he gets a 6.5 out of 10. I don't really think he had much to do. He was playing alongside Waneri, and I don't think he impacted the game too much. He didn't really put a foot wrong. So for me, he gets an average rating, and I'll give him a 6.5. I'd even go to a 6, just bang average. He was alongside Ethan Waneri and Mikel Moreno today. So for me, that's my rating for Jorginho. How about you, Charlie? What did you make of his performance today?
I'll give him a 6. I thought he weren't too bad today. I thought he was a lot better second half once Odegaard came on, and yeah, I don't think he was too bad. To be fair, so I'll give him a 6.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah,
I don't think he
I
was
agree with
amazing, but I thought he was a bit better second half. Yeah. So
Hi, Sean. Might be the only trophy Arsenal win this season. Red Devil Studio, big up to you. Mate, United looking good. I'm glad you got Ruben Amorim beats Pep Guardiola, the bald fraud again. And I'm glad about that. So good job in the Manchester derby with, I think it was Ahmed Diallo who got the winner for you guys.
I'm just happy we got through because
we're through to the next round.
This is the problem.
If we got eliminated in this domestic cup, Charlie, it's another season of us throwing away the cup competition.
Exactly. This is my problem with Arsenal. This has been my problem with Arsenal for a few years. Throwing away the cups, bigger fish to fry. Everyone that said that.
Oh no, not
go
that
all in on the Premier League. Go all in on the Premier League, and then we don't win it.
Put all eggs in one basket, and then it's we go again next season.
Yeah, elite football clubs try and win everything possible. So in the semi, I want to win the Carabao Cup. I want to win the FA Cup. I want to win all of it. I want us to be in every competition till the end. You know what I mean? So we're in the semis. I don't know who we'll get. We've got Newcastle and Liverpool through. So it's not gonna be easy to win it. It's gonna be exciting because there's gonna be some good games. So yeah.
The next player I have is Leandro Trossard. Trossard played left wing. I don't think he did much in this game, to be honest. I don't even think he got the memo in this game. He looked really lost in the performance today. For me, Charlie, I'm going to give him a 5 out of 10, and I think that's being quite generous. I don't think this was a game for him. He looked really lost, and he looked like a shadow of himself. I know with him and Martinelli, there's been, talks that both of them have been below par. But in some games, when Trossard comes off the bench, you do expect him to score. You can see what he has to offer. But in recent weeks, I think it wasn't a great performance. I think I'll give him an average score. I'll end up with 6 out of 10 for him for Trossard.
Trossard.
I don't think he did too much to impact the game, though.
I don't think Trossard was too bad. I don't think he was amazing tonight, so I'll give him a 6 as well. I think there is a problem down that left-hand side. You got Saka, obviously, who we all know is amazing, and then you've got Trossard and Martinelli, and they're both dipping and out of form a lot, whereas Saka's just consistent all the time. But I'll give him a 6. I've seen people on Twitter say that he wasn't good. I've seen some people say on Twitter that he was good.
Some people said he did offer, some form of threat down the left-hand side, but I think the only thing that's frustrating is the end product-wise. Sometimes when he has the opportunity to go through on goal, his final third production isn't the greatest. Like he gets in the right positions, but then your end product is suffering, and that can cost us. Yeah, so that's just my criticism of Trossard for today's game.
Yeah, I think it'd have been good if Trossard would have got a goal tonight. It'd have done his confidence good.
The next starting player, Charlie, for me, we've got is a man of the match for me. We have two left. Before I'm gonna go to the man of the match, I'll save that one for last. Is Raheem Sterling. Raheem
Did you
Sterling.
do Moreno?
Oh no, sorry, I missed two. Moreno and Sterling. So Mikel Moreno.
Yeah.
We'll go to Mikel Moreno next. Mikel Moreno. I think Moreno, he got forward into the box more often than we saw him before. He looked like a threat, and I think it was one of his better performances tonight. So I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. I do think he didn't have a bad game. I think he had a better than average game. So for me, he gets a 7 out of 10.
I thought Moreno was much better in the second half. I thought Moreno wasn't too bad tonight. You know what I mean? I thought everyone was a lot better. To be fair, in the second half, I mean, it wasn't really hard, but
we were much better. Got things ticking into gear in the second half, Charlie. Whatever Arteta did in that dressing room worked.
I thought Moreno's second half was good. A lot of people don't rate Moreno. I don't think he's a bad player, to be honest. I think
he is a good player.
I think there's been some games where he's done some really good things in, but
I guess in the beginning when we signed him, people weren't sure about how the signing would work out. Probably, it's kind of like when we first signed Havertz. We were, people judged him based on that penalty shootout in the friendlies in America, but then, he's transpired to, being a good goal scorer for us in the games that he has played in. And I hope he gets back into form on the score sheet again.
Yeah, that comment is true. Leandro Trossard did do some good stuff, but then there was some poor stuff too. He said, that cross. There was a few crosses which he overhit as well.
Yeah, that's the thing. I wish he would have improved in terms of the final third, and especially the crosses. It felt sloppy. It felt like it could have been better tonight. What would your final rating be for Trossard?
I'll give him a 6.5.
Okay, and Moreno?
I'll give Moreno a 6.5, yeah.
Okay, fair enough. And next we have Raheem Sterling. Raheem Sterling started this game.
Raheem the Dream.
Out of position of the ball, lacking quality on and off the ball. His miss from 2 yards out. Oh my days. How do you miss that? How do you miss from that position?
He does have that in him.
To not score today. Mikel Moreno. I don't know what happened with him.
He has that in him. He has these misses in him. I remember he had Lyon in the quarterfinals of the Champions League, where he missed a big sitter. I mean, it was a good save by the keeper, but Sterling
and it's scored. Big chances. You can't afford.
He had one against Burnley. I was there. I went to Burnley Man City as a neutral.
Wow.
And I was at the other end, and he missed from like a yard or two out. And
you can't afford to be missing chances like that, especially on big nights. I'm not saying this was a big night, but we definitely needed to go through and qualify to go through. This was not a game for Sterling. I think he was one of the weaker players today. For me, he gets a 4 out of 10.
I'll give him a 5. I mean, he tried to make things happen, but it wasn't his night, to be honest. You know what I mean?
I do think I agree with you on that. That it definitely wasn't a night for Raheem.
I don't really know why we really signed him. I mean, the only thing is his confidence can't be particularly great at the moment. I mean, everyone's being brought on but him at the moment. When we need a goal, he doesn't come on. He's barely played.
No, and it's now there's question marks around why we even signed him, right? I know Chelsea are playing majority of his wages, but how can you still get robbed and done over a deal like that when we're not even getting any use out of him? When we're a goal down, we could try to bring him on, and it seems like we're not even resorting to that. So
Saturday he was on the bench all game.
And when we needed him against Everton, when we were struggling.
He's saying different. He's someone different that can come on rather than the normal Trossard and Martinelli.
I don't know if Arteta trusts him or doesn't trust him. We don't see what's going on in training, so we can't speak to that.
In training, mustn't he? Wow. If he's not starting all the time.
I got no clue what's going on in training with him. I don't know what he's done.
Come on, bro. He only starts Carabao Cup games.
I hope we can win this Carabao Cup or at least go to the Carabao Cup final. It'd be
Yeah,
great to win this Carabao Cup. I'm not saying this should be the only trophy we win, but why not win this? Why not try to get this energy drink trophy? It is still a trophy we could attain, and we're still in the competition. Of course, Liverpool won their game today. Liverpool had an easy game at St. Mary's. I believe that it ended 2-0.
2-1.
2-1. Okay.
Yeah, Southampton did all right towards the end, to be fair.
Oh, all right. When I was watching, it was still 2-0. So it ended 2-1. And Darwin Núñez and Harvey Elliott scored for Liverpool. Now, our man of the match today, hi, Mr. B. Hope you're well. Big up. Jesus always turns up at Christmas. Jesus. We're gonna talk about our man of the match, which for both of us will be Gabriel Jesus.
Absolutely.
Gets a hat trick under his belt. For me, he had a 10 out of 10 performance, and it's been a hell of a season for him. It's been a season from hell for Gabriel Jesus. And tonight, the Brazilian rises like Jesus Christ on Christmas Day, born, resurrected from the dead. And the 27-year-old scores a brace for the first time at the Emirates. And hear me out, 366 days he's not scored a goal. Blind me. He gets a hat trick under his belt, and also no other than Martin Odegaard to assist both of those goals involved today in his hat trick. Charlie, what did you make of Gabriel Jesus
today?
I couldn't believe my goddamn eyes today, Charlie.
I don't know what I found more shocking: Kieran Tierney back in an Arsenal shirt, or Jake scoring a hat trick.
That should be the highlight of. I gotta clip that, Charlie.
He's been resurrected. He's resurrected. Like, you know what I mean. He's resurrected like Jesus on Easter Sunday, and
yeah, he's definitely
He's been born again like Jesus on Christmas and all that. But no, honestly, forgetting about all that, first half, I don't. He didn't really have too much of an impact. But second half, he was amazing. He was absolutely amazing.
He
absolutely amazing.
You know what I mean? Not just the goals, but him getting involved in the right areas, making direct passes, taking his chances, his movement on the ball, off the ball. He was solid today, and he looked like the Jesus when we first signed him. I know he's near the end of his career now. Question marks around whether he's still going to be here at Arsenal in January. I think he's going to be here in January. I know people are going to say Arteta did say he's not going anywhere in January, but Arteta says a lot of things, and you shouldn't really take his words for verbatim. I've learned that, like Arteta, for example, said we're going to keep Joe Willock, and a day later we sold Willock to Newcastle, and we used that money for Martin Odegaard from Real Madrid. So I wouldn't take literally what Arteta says personally. But for me, Gabriel Jesus tonight, it's definitely a night for him to remember. And I did mention earlier his celebrations today was for his second child, who his
congratulations.
So congratulations, Gabriel.
Yeah, that's a throwback. Joe Willock, Mel. That one made me laugh. That's a throwback. Joe Willock.
Joe Willock, yeah.
He's not done too badly at Newcastle. I swear he had a period where in FPL he was scoring like all the time. I think it was
2 seasons ago or last season. Yeah. No, I think it was last season. But we got good money for
yeah. Jesus was good. Brilliant. Second half, his movement, the finishes. Oh my word!
Yeah, his finishing was brilliant tonight.
Oh, the first goal! I thought
tonight was the Gabriel Jesus show, and we're all living in it because today this guy came back to life after 366 days. And if there's anything you need to take away from this stream, is even after 366 days, the Arsenal fan base will still start believing in you when you're called upon. And thank God this guy really needed a goal. And he finally got 3 of them under his belt. We did mention earlier, myself and Charlie, that although there's no VAR today, we did think that the second goal was offside. Yeah. However, we're not gonna complain about it because there's no VAR involved, and what can we do? Like it was given, so it's not our fault.
Yeah,
They're not using
I'll give Jesus a
VAR.
9.5. Absolutely brilliant, especially
Yeah,
second half.
he was phenomenal today.
Brilliant,
For me,
brilliant
he
finishes
gets
as
a
well.
10 for me, and
He,
he's both of our man of the match.
yeah, the first goal, brilliant. Yeah, he was
Yeah,
sharp second
he was
half.
brilliant. That first goal finishing was phenomenal. I was off
Yeah.
my seat and I was working from work. I was watching from work, and it was so hard not to shout to celebrate.
Some of his touches, movement, and the finishes for all 3 goals were brilliant. Yeah, Jesus was brilliant, especially second half. I thought first half he didn't really do too much, but who cares about the first half because he went and scored 3
I think
goals.
the team was 4 in the first half, Charlie.
Exactly, yeah.
We said
He had no real
it took a
service
while
in the
for us
first
to
half.
get into the game. I don't think we were that poor, but it took a while for us to get into the game in the first half. So thank God, whatever Arteta said in the halftime team talk, it worked, and we clearly got our Gabriel Jesus back. Hopefully,
Yep.
hopefully this form stays.
He can start on
And he
Saturday
can
now.
continue in good presence in the Arsenal team. Maybe he gets a start on Saturday against
He better
Palace or
start
Sellers
Saturday.
Park.
He
Get
better
behind
start
the
on
players.
Saturday.
I
And
always
Mikola,
say this, no matter who's wearing the Arsenal shirt. I'm the type of fan to get behind them. Other channels do whatever they want. I'm not going to speak for
and
them.
Mikola Arteta, if you're listening, if you're somehow scrolling through Twitter and you've come across this, start him on Saturday. He's got the confidence.
He looks like he's wanting to start. He looks like he wants to prove a point.
He was brilliant second half. The touch, some of the touches on the ball he had was like I think there was one
even
where
his movement today, he was in the right areas when he needed to be. He was in the right positions. He didn't put a foot wrong today. For me, he's man of the match, and I think even he got man of the match today officially after the game. And that would be my starting 11 player ratings. I did mention the fact that Martin Odegaard, whose birthday was just the week that finished, just earlier this week. Martin Odegaard for me got 2 assists under his belt. This guy is the bread and butter of this Arsenal team. He is the glue that makes everything stick in this Arsenal team.
He's not on it. Arsenal aren't on it. That's what it's like.
If he's not there, Arsenal are not there. Damn right, Charlie.
Might as well just pack up
because
and go
we
home.
saw it when he was injured. Arsenal were what the hell? We were not performing. We looked like a shadow of ourselves. And we really struggled in the midfield. We had no creativity. I swear it was R9 on the pitch.
Yeah, Jesus
Merry
was
Christmas,
so good
Mr. B,
half.
everybody. Next week is Christmas. Charlie's going to be doing lots of gaming streams, folks.
I am, yes. I am.
No matter where you are in the world, Charlie streams for us Eastern Standard Time, folks. He doesn't really sleep.
I mostly stream for the American people, didn't I? Considering how
he doesn't really sleep in UK timing. So sorry, folks. If you like late streams and gaming, Charlie's inclusive of other people, regardless of what console you have. Charlie, before we wrap up the stream, there's one more thing I want to talk about. Is there was links today. David Ornstein after the game made a tweet. David Ornstein Bumba, they like to call it. And what does David Ornstein say? David Ornstein broke the news today that exclusively Kieran Tierney is to leave Arsenal in the summer at the latest after the club decided against the option to extend his contract for another year. Arsenal, his deal ends in June, and the date to add a 1-year contract extension is officially over. He can pre-agree with a non-English club or possibly go permanently in January. At the moment, he is being linked to Celtic on loan, where he came from. Wow,
good move for him.
And I think it's looking like he's going to go back to Celtic on loan. I don't know whether it's going to be in January or whether it's going to be in the summer. More details to come, and I will report it once I have further information.
Yeah, my thoughts on that. Yeah, back to Jesus just for one more minute. Yeah, there was the touch and the finish for the first goal was insane. Yeah, his touches tonight on the ball, his movement, his finishes. Yeah, and there was another one where he did a little touch and it went through the legs of the defender, and then the goalkeeper saved it. he could have had 4 in the second half. Yeah, he was fantastic. And look, get behind him, man, because he's got confidence now. And Saturday needs to start because he's got the confidence, and maybe that's what he needs to get back to his old form. Because pre-World Cup Jesus was amazing. Since then, he's not been the
His
same.
form
So
has dropped, and he looks
yeah,
lost, and you can see he's not getting a start in the Arsenal team.
we want
I
that
think
version
today
back.
the right hand side was so important to our gameplay. It made everything tick, and Jesus' hat trick gets Arsenal into the semi-finals of the EFL Cup. Guys, tomorrow will be the EFL Cup draw for the semi-finals. Charlie, are you going to be streaming the draw? I think Josh Truegunner might be streaming the draw.
Yeah, I'm going to do a gaming stream, but I'm going to talk about it on there. I don't mind who we get. If it's Liverpool, I don't mind because I know a lot of Liverpool subscribers that I can have some banter with. And that'll wind them up if I go to the game because, yeah, that'd be funny if we win and beat Liverpool. But no, I don't care who we get,
Liverpool
really.
and get to the finals. First of all, beating Liverpool is nothing sweeter than, well, beating Spurs and beating Liverpool will be
beating anyone, yeah.
On the cake.
Yeah,
Liverpool, of course, through to the semis. We're gonna see the draw tomorrow on what.
I'd like to play Newcastle
won also, right, Charlie? Newcastle.
Yeah,
today.
Newcastle would probably be the one I'd want to play.
Mr. B, sorry for your team. They knocked out of the EFL Cup Sandro Tonali with a brace and Fabian Schär, and Wissa scores in the 91st minute for Brentford. Rest in peace, Stephen. Yes, a good friend of mine and brother. I really miss him. He passed away 2 years now in February. How is Macy? I'm not sure. I've not spoken to her in a while.
If Tottenham get through,
always injured.
Yeah, rest in peace, Stephen. Yeah, as well, indeed. Legend of the YouTube community. But if Tottenham get through, bring me Tottenham. I really want to play Tottenham in a cup. I'd love to play them in a cup final. If we won at Wembley against Tottenham, I know they got to beat United.
I want Tottenham in the semi-finals. That's what I told.
Yeah, that'd be amazing. The atmosphere.
Let's have a North London derby, but make it EFL Cup edition.
Yeah, I kind of hope that I'd rather Man United go through tomorrow. I don't care who we play. I'd rather play Newcastle.
Yeah, tomorrow, Man United, Tottenham tomorrow in the cup. Yeah. And then who else?
I want to get revenge on Newcastle.
Is it just the one game tomorrow left and then they do the draw after, or?
I don't mind Newcastle as a club. They've got great fans and you know what I mean. But going to St. James's Park, they've done us some damage last
Come on, Tottenham. Let's get Tottenham so we can beat them.
I don't mind who we get. It's a win-win who we get tomorrow, really.
Yeah,
you know
Rich, if you're still watching, may the best team win. I don't care.
It's not going to be easy regardless.
Spurs,
but Is it two legs? Is it still 2 legs?
Yeah, it's 2 legs in the semi.
Oh, brilliant. Absolutely
well, I don't know if the first leg is home or away. I'm not sure how that works. Or they'll say it in the draw.
That's brilliant. Yeah. I like that. That means more games to try and go to.
And the tickets will be cheaper in the cup, Charlie.
Yeah.
Well, I think the allocation will be smaller. Guys, the semi-final draw will be tomorrow. I'm not sure what time. They didn't say what time. But I'm guessing it's sometime after the game is done against Tottenham and United tomorrow. And may the best team win for that game tomorrow. I think Raya, for that mistake, as I mentioned earlier, I don't think he got down to his left-hand side quick enough this time. And he could have done better for that goal. But other than that, I'm happy with this 3-2 win. Arsenal.
We take it. It's all about getting through.
Jesus back on the score sheet before Christmas is the highlight of this stream. And I think Sterling may have just been born offside or something because that brother is just unlucky. Gonna watch the Shamrock and Man U game.
Oh yeah, Chelsea are playing Shamrock Rovers.
Chelsea playing Shamrock tomorrow.
Yeah, but look, at the end of the day, first half we were dreadful. Second half we were good. It was a little bit uncomfortable at the end because Eddie's in the room decided to sharpen, and it was a good header from him, to be fair.
Yeah, Eddie.
And
Ketia.
But yeah, look, job done. It wasn't the best of performances. I thought second half we were much better, but we got the job done. We're in the hat, and it was a big win because if we'd have got knocked out tonight, damn, the fan base would have been toxic. But if we can win the Carabao Cup, I think that will relieve a lot of pressure off Arteta, and then people can actually sit there and say he's delivered a trophy. But yeah, look, I want us to win the Carabao Cup because I think it's February, March, isn't it? That
Yeah.
the final is.
And
So
then in
if we can
February
win
we have
that,
FA Cup, a third round.
if we can win that, that could give us some confidence to go and win other trophies because we are a team that hasn't delivered yet. You know what I mean? Mikel Arteta's got to deliver this season because we've spent a lot of money and
Lots
we
of
want to start.
pressure on
We need to see
Arteta
some
from them.
trophies, yeah. So yeah, it's rightly so as well. He's got us into a position now where we've got a good team and we need to start winning some trophies. Whatever trophy it is, we need to start winning it.
I also want to say, if Rosie is still watching, I hope you are. Rosie, Arsenal ladies and Arsenal men's both winning tonight on the big stage. Arsenal ladies, my girl Alicia Russo and Caldente. Of course, an own goal from Bayern Munich. Ladies open up the score sheet, and Arsenal win 3-2 at Meadow Park. Guys, Arsenal ladies could top the group in the Champions League depending on what happens.
Who did they play?
Tomorrow we played Bayern Munich ladies today at Meadow Park.
Did you win? Did we win? Sorry.
We won 3-2.
Yes, have that, Bayern Munich. You've done too much damage to us over the last few years.
And they scored an own goal to open up Arsenal's score sheet. Bayern Munich today.
Yeah, we won. Nice.
But my girl Alicia Russo, I hope she gets the golden boot because she's phenomenal, and I'm so happy we signed her on a free transfer. She's been incredible, guys. I think she is the bread and butter of this Arsenal ladies team.
Me and True Guna did a watch long for the Bayern Munich 5, Arsenal women's 2, and even I was ranting because I was like,
"Oh, I remember that because we lost to the men and we lost to the women."
Bayern Munich have stuck another 5 past us. Yeah,
yeah.
It's like,
oh no.
Yeah, but tonight they finally won. Well done to the Arsenal
women. This message
women.
is for Rosie. Rosie, Arsenal men's and ladies both know how to win. And I can't say the same about Rangers men and ladies team, Rosie, who Arsenal ladies put 6 past early on in the summer, in September. Early this season.
I'd like to go and watch. I'd like to go and watch an Arsenal women's game. It looks like it's good at Meadow Park because it's quite a small stadium. It's packed out, isn't it?
I went to Meadow Park last season when we played Man City, but it was pissing down rain and they don't have a roof on the side.
Yeah, I like Bournemouth. It's good.
But it was nice, Boreham Wood.
Yeah.
Remember we watched North London Derby, me, you, Moss, and you guys all snacking while we were there.
Yeah, Russo scored. Yeah, Russo scored
the second goal. Caldente scored the third, the penalty.
Wow, she's good, isn't she? Look, she scored goals. 2 goals, 2 goals, 1 goal, 1 goal. That means she's got 6 in 4. Nice.
Yeah, Russo has been phenomenal. Back-to-back goals. Even on the weekend, she scored. Arsenal ladies winning. Arsenal men's winning. Guys.
Wow.
It's only getting better from here for the Arsenal ladies. And I just want to say, Jonas Andevel, thank God you left our club because Renee has been doing wonders with this Arsenal ladies team.
I can't believe what I'm witnessing here. I just looked because I was doing watch-alongs with Josh, and we did Everton. We drew 0-0. I did the Bayern one with him. I did the Leicester one where they won 1-0. But ever since that manager's gone,
we've been winning.
Wow, yeah.
Renee's been good. She's been really good. And I'm not sure if she's going to still be the manager of Arsenal ladies in the summer because I know they're looking at other candidates.
They better make a permanent.
But she's been doing well. She's been doing well in the interim. Big up, Moss. Thanks for joining, my fellow Canadian. I don't know where I put my Team Canada scarf, Arsenal scarf. I just remembered.
They're better. They're better because.
Folks, Charlie. Charlie, guys, is on the road to 2K subs. Folks, I'm gonna link his channel in the chat. He does gaming streams, Fortnite, GTA, Call of Duty, and he's very inclusive, regardless of what what's it called, gaming device you use, gaming console you use. He lets people join his streams and his party chat. As long as you're respectful, obviously.
That's my rule. Yeah, that's my rule.
Please don't cause drama in the chat room, and don't swear.
I had one person once. I didn't decide to go in game chat the other day, and one of my subs said that some guy joined and started saying some like bad things. So I'm happy that I didn't join it. But yeah, I play with people all over the world: New Zealand, Aussie, America, whatever it
yeah,
is.
and pro clubs, yeah, Flick's favorite.
Yeah, don't worry, Flicks. I know, yeah, FC25 as well, mate. Don't worry.
So, folks, we're gonna wrap up this stream by saying our 3 stars today. Charlie, who's your 3 stars in this Arsenal men's game today against Palace at home? We're gonna close out the stream with that. And of course,
Jesus,
I'll give you
obviously,
the opportunity to shout out your channel and tell the people, the viewers,
Jesus, obviously, because he
about
was
it.
brilliant. The touches, the movement, the finishes were brilliant, especially second half. So he was brilliant. Odegaard,
Yeah, Odegaard, Jesus, Odegaard, and Timber for me. Charlie, you still here or am I frozen? I'm not sure if I'm frozen or... Oh, okay, he said 1 second. Okay, no problem. My 3 stars are Jesus, Odegaard, and Timber. Yeah, that's my 3 stars. KT, Timber, and Jesus. Jesus has risen from the dead and not even Easter yet. I said that earlier in my stream. Michi, you deserve all the support you get because you're very supportive of other people's channels, just like mine. I don't even support Chelsea, and you're always supporting my streams. I'm so
sorry
happy
about that,
Ryan was in your stream today.
I got interrupted. Odegaard,
Sorry.
Tierney, and Jesus.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Odegaard, Tierney, and Jesus. So I think it's the same as Moss. Moss said Timber. He's similar to Moss. Moss said Timber, Tierney, and Jesus. So yeah. Guys, that's it for us on this review show. Both of us happy faces with the Arsenal through to the semifinals. Jesus has risen. But Charlie, let's tell the folks about your channel and where can people find you, and also any streams you have coming up for the holidays. I know you're going to be streaming. You've been streaming consistently, and you're on the road to 2,000 subs. Charlie streams late night gaming and on the weekends as well.
I can see a few of my subs in the chat. Big up to everyone, and also
Big up
everyone on Twitter.
Dylan,
Everyone
Flick,
on Twitter as
Jordan
well.
from Charlie's community. Now, Charlie's international community. I have.
You know what? I couldn't think of another star, so I just said Tierney because it's good to see him back starting, and I actually thought he did all right. You know what I mean? So, and Odegaard because he got the 2 assists. But yeah, on my channel, yeah, a lot of gaming streams. I want to do a Fury Usyk watch along on Saturday and do my commentary again because I quite enjoyed. I did a watch along, boxing watch along, and it was fun. So I want to do another one. But yeah, gaming streams most nights. I'm on Mel's channel when she does her match reviews.
Yeah.
Jordan's channel here and there.
Oh look, Charlie's already planning. Jordan's already hiring you for a collab here.
Christmas Day, Jordan. What are we gonna, Jordan? Can I just ask you one thing? What are we gonna do? What are we gonna collab? What are we gonna do? What we gonna?
Who's gonna watch
Jordan,
on Christmas
Jordan,
Day?
what are we gonna do on Christmas Day? What are we gonna do? Do a live stream of us eating dinner? Hey, Jordan, you could do a presents watch along if you want.
Mitch just subbed. He said he doesn't game, but he subbed.
Yeah, it's all right. I'm gonna try and do some football watch alongs as well.
Mr. B said Jesus, Odegaard, and Saliba. Great picks, Mr. B. Saliba did come on in the second half when he was subbed on. Well, folks, tomorrow I'll try to do a reaction to the review stream. If I'm home on time, I'll do the reaction live for the EFL semifinals. Tottenham Man United game tomorrow. I will not be doing a watch along for that game. I think it's miserable to do a watch along for Tottenham, especially not being a Tottenham fan. I can't stand Tottenham. I'm not sure about Manny. This is not his channel, obviously.
And I'd like to say thanks to everyone who subbed because I've reached 1.8k, so I appreciate that.
Big up, Charlie. Congrats on 1.8k. I want to say to everyone, we'll be live on the weekend for the Crystal Palace game at Selhurst
Mr.
Park.
B. Let's do a Jordan. Carols on stream.
Charlie, people used to knock on the door and sing Christmas carols.
Yeah, Jordan, do you want to do an EastEnders watch along? Do you want to do EastEnders Christmas special watch along?
EastEnders. Oh, that's gonna be a great episode. Well, guys, we'll be doing a watch along on my Sports World channel as a multi-stream this weekend. We play Crystal Palace away at Selhurst Park. I'll be doing a Premier League watch along for that. I'll also talk some FPL while we're on there. Hopefully, we all have a good FPL game week. Don't forget to change your teams. Folks, we are going to close out the stream now. I want to thank everyone who joined at the start of the stream. If you joined later on, thanks everyone who tuned in. Thanks everyone who's showing support to Charlie on his streams and his channel. Thanks to Jordan, Flicks, Dylan, Mr. B, Sean, Mitchie, Carlito, KJ was here earlier, Moss, Sports World, Zanzi Barbarian, Flicks, Rosie, James Peach, Tommy on Twitter, everyone watching on Twitter, Rich Sports, Jordan, Maliha, she was here earlier, Wilson, AFC Yaks. I think I mentioned everyone, and Joe and Bobby, the Tottenham fan. Thanks everyone for joining.
Well.
And thanks everyone who's been listening on Twitter. Really appreciate all the 450 people tuned in, whether you're watching on YouTube or on Twitter. Massive respects to each and every one of you. And thanks to Mr. B. Sorry for your team not winning today and getting eliminated by Newcastle. Thanks to Sean. Take care, everyone. And we're out for tonight. Have a good rest of your evening. And good night, everybody. Merry Christmas in advance.
Come on, you Gunners.
You and your family. Come on, you Gunners. Let's destroy this Eagle Palace bird on the weekend and at Selhurst.
And Eddie Nketiah, don't score again, please, because you made me rage.
It's enough, Eddie. That's enough goals for Nketiah against them.
Yeah, his first ever goal for Palace, and yeah, good. I'm happy though we're through to semis.
I think we got the job done. Before in Palace against QPR, somebody told me in the cup. So it's his second goal, but his first goal against Arsenal. And he celebrated, which was wow. I didn't think he would celebrate. Yeah, he celebrated when he scored. But, folks, we are going to close out the stream now. Thanks, everyone who joined. And adios, everybody. Thanks everyone for joining, and please, if you're watching on replay, let me know your 3 stars for the game against Arsenal versus Crystal Palace. Arsenal won 3-2 with the Gabriel Jesus hat trick right before Christmas Day. Take care, everyone, and thanks everyone for joining me. Thanks for all the comments in the live chat, and if you're watching on replay, kindly check out my other videos. Hit that red subscribe button, as I'm on the road to 10K subs. Adios, everyone. Adios for now. Bye.